Kazakhs fight. I mean,
we shall fight in the cold.
It's weird because I'm not really sure if this is actually winter or if this is just this map. I don't remember if this area was snowed or not.
It probably is a
Like
map. Otherwise,
snowed.
you should be taking damage from moving troops in winter. I'm not sure if that's even in the game.
Attrition didn't exist yet.
Oh.
Attrition didn't start existing until Shogun 2.
Oh damn.
So
this is actually nice looking, even though it's basically stumps. You would think that they would be a little more alive. I mean, besides the green vines around them, but
yeah. What the hell is the green vines doing here anyway? I thought it was winter.
So I had a logic going for this. What I was gonna do is I was gonna just pincer them. I thought they were gonna sit in the center. I was gonna send my main troop one way around and send the ironclads straight down the middle. That didn't happen. I started seeing them circling around, so I was gonna flank them here. And I'm gonna send Kazakk up the hill because you get a charge bonus from running down a hill. That works for cav. I don't know if it works for humans. I just presume it does, or infantry rather. I just presume.
You know what?
I can charge down a hill.
I want a game that just does a little bit more physics, so I can set up a spearman right up at the end of their charge and just have them impale themselves on the spears. You know, how should I put it? Even though they get a charge
Total War
bonus.
kind of acknowledges it. Total War does that in the more recent Rome Total War game.
They just smashing around right there because they don't look like they're moving forward anymore.
Yeah, they over there. I was wondering the same thing. I was like, wait, what's going on? So I click in to see. They're just forming up. They're not moving towards me anymore. They're all skull kids. They might have the same texture as what would be the skull kids, but they're not skull kids.
Wait, can't you still?
No. The race is called Skull Kid.
Okay, I learned something new.
Oh.
They're Kokiri? Because these are rebels through the Kokiri. Like, you'll see these exact soldiers in the Kokiri setup. You know, that's a messed up texture. I don't know what was going on, but they're messed up.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look, those are faces on their pants. That's their faces. It's just messed up. I don't know what happened. It makes it very creepy. But I dismissed it at first, so I might zoom in on them several more times. Eventually, I do become aware of it, and then I stop zooming in on them because it becomes too weird to me.
Well, Lyzair, how does it feel that you're gonna beat up a bunch of?
Well, seeing as they're just halted age, Peter Pan style, they're not actually kids.
Damn, you got it.
I'm about to say, I don't know the story well enough, but I do know that fact.
That reminds me, I was playing through Skyward Sword the other day. Speaking of Peter Pan, here, I was fighting. Well, it has a giant ass hook. His name ain't Captain Hook. Like, wait a minute, that's Captain Hook, and I'm flying around. Son of a bitch, Nintendo.
So yeah, once I noticed they did that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just take their town center. If I take their town center, I can. If I can hold it for 3 minutes, I take the town center. I don't have to really do any fighting.
Well,
I lose less soldiers. I lose less soldiers and less work on my part. I just have to sit there for 3 minutes. But obviously, it still applies the same principle. That I was gonna just send him around and flank that way too, or like attack them and just distract them there. Then I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna turn around. There's no point in sending him that way solo. He'll die. But they become aware of what I'm doing, so I have to start rushing. Fortunately, I had already started their run, but Kazakk needs to block off this hole.
Okay. Here's another question. If you could be a new faction in this game, when we all know Lyzair chose Hyrule, what would you pick, Darkfang?
I don't think he knows all the factions, though.
Yeah, I don't know them all that well, but might end up with Hyrule anyway.
Really?
I mean, there might be a better one, but like I said, I don't know them well enough.
I picked this purely for Leos. I presume Leos would have picked this faction if he had control of this game. If I had control, I'd probably pick Wizrobe or the Goron.
Or the goddess one.
That's Wizrobe. I had more fun with the mages and the Goron. So that's why I probably picked them.
Which one has the blood mages?
Several factions, but the Sheik are one of them.
I might have ended up with them. Who knows?
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, that one soldier was getting kicked in his ass by that kid.
The Mudmen of Farron. And so I was also double checking to make sure Kazakk was the far, far left outside of combat. Because if he dies, yeah, he was to the far, far left, well, to our far, far right outside of combat. And I thought I was still holding this pretty dang well. I think this is the point where I noticed that they all have that weird texture error, and it's an actual error, not just me.
What the hell's on their skirt?
Yeah, at first I think I ignored it, thinking it was something else, and I became aware that it was the textures. So I no longer held the center because I sent 2 of the units away. I should have left them there, but they didn't. But I thought Kazakk's unit was losing at first, and he needed backup. Turns out I was wrong. He's actually quite handily
There's that
winning.
one kid that just pushed straight through.
Not really doing
Right down the
anything,
middle.
so.
Kazakk himself wasn't getting hit, but his unit was actually winning. So I just kind of said, I'm gonna back those guys up. Then I thought I was like, yeah, nah, screw attack. Why risk Kazakk's unit? But yes, he's not fighting. He's just sitting in the corner pretending like he's fighting. He got the combat stance going. Yeah, I think this is the moment. There we go. One of these moments I do become aware, and then from then on I kind of stop really observing, other than to try to see if I'm right or wrong. Yes, the Mudmen come flooding in, and then I started having some weird graphical issues because of that fight. I don't know why. This particular fight, I had issues with frame rate. Dark Fang, how would you react if your general has you all fighting in the middle, but he's just sitting to the right or to the left, not actually fighting at all? He's just standing there, and it's not like it's subtle. He's wearing golden armor or bronzed armor, I guess.
I would probably be upset, but I am being paid for this battle, so. Anyway,
Yeah,
most people
lost
don't expect
so
generals
many
to
men.
fight at all unless they're and the ones that do fight usually are called barbarian or warmongers.
So just threw that out there, yeah. Kazakk's unit got killed 256 on his own while only losing 4 soldiers, 2 of which got healed.
Wow.
But
So-
that's a lot of
and then he had
children.
these-
God.
And then he ended up getting a son or adopted, I don't know. And then that was weird to me. They went from disillusioned to angry. So I had to figure out why. And I presume this is it, because it says +1 authority, but it also has the +1 unrest. +1 authority would make everyone happy, but +1 unrest would actually automatically make everyone angry.
So you lowered
And
the
for, like,
taxes.
dealing with-
Lower the tax rate.
From very high to high, because I didn't want him just sitting around. But I couldn't leave him in his city. But I have to give him an army if I want to move him somewhere. So I didn't want him sitting outside the city because he'll be attacked. And I didn't want to sit him in. And I didn't want to sit him with Kazakk, because Kazakk I'm eventually going to try to move him. Or at least that was my plan at the time. I don't remember what I did. And if I was doing this now, I'd probably just be preparing for any fights from the Kokiri to the east. Assuming I gotta fight, but I always assume someone's gonna fight me. The bug people. Who are they? Yeah, the Goma. There we go. Goma. That's who's there. And the Twilight Forces are that light blue to the east, to the west of the orange Gerudo. I say that because they have 2 locations. In the far, far southeast down there, they also have a spot. I don't know why they get 2, but they got 2. So, we deal with it. Oh yeah, and there's a weird faction of fairies, just 100% fairies.
Fairies.
It'll make the most hilarious fight ever, because there's just these glowing dots floating through the flowing through the battlefield as they start fighting you.
Right.
But
By the way, did you figure out how to trade properly yet?
me? Yeah. Well, probably not in this video, but yeah, I
Okay.
figured it out. Like I told you, I start doing it properly, then people start buying all my traders. I get scared and hide them. So yeah, I get trade rights and I gift them this, which makes them happier with me. Now the idea I wanted was to again, not have alliances, but have friends. Because if I have alliances, they'll easily, when one declares war, if the others join in, it'll deteriorate the relationships and it'll be hard for me to repair them. But if I have a whole bunch of friends, if one declares war, the others aren't forced to join. And I can try to convince them to join my side. Simple. Yes, so now I start moving at turbo speed because I think I became aware to compress everything.
Yeah.
Huh.
I hate Vassal Cities.
So you can't really tell based off the audio. But I am actually moving faster despite me being so indecisive.
You know, I just now got the pun of her name, Tetralian Zelda.
Tetris?
Tetra is her name in Wind Waker.
Ah. I thought it was because it was Tetris.
No.
I thought there was some association to Tetris. See that right there? That I thought was a rebel thing. It turns out that's just that faction there. That weird. There's a gray faction in the middle of the grays. It's a lighter gray. So I thought they were my enemies, or I thought they were rebels, and I was gonna send some people to beat them up. And once I became aware of who they were, I sent a diplomat instead.
Oh, you're rebels. I'm gonna beat you up.
Oh wait, you're my friends. Never mind. Here, let's trade. I have things you might want. I don't know what they'd want. Honestly, if trade was as detailed as it is in other games, I wouldn't know what people would want from me. I don't have things I think people would like.
Oh.
Why did I sit here? Oh, I think I actually walked away. This is one of the few times I get caught walking away. I thought I cut them all out.
Well, you didn't cut this one out.
So I'm just kind of sitting here. Okay. Well then, how about them sports teams?
Oh, the Cubs are in the World Series now.
I know that. I didn't want this to be. No. I didn't want you to specify. I knew they were in it. Alright, so Zora became poor immediately. I was confused as to why. And then I discovered they were neutral. Well, not that they were neutral. Something else. What did I end up figuring out? Because I tried they were neutral. Or not neutral.
You tried to sell them fish?
I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
You monster.
But either way, it went from...
Don't they already eat fish?
It went to poor.
No!
And I tried to figure out why.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I don't know what they eat. Yes, I'm trying to build up money and happiness. I'm doing a combination of both money, happiness, and military. But in some cases, it's just military or money and military. And in the case of the place that Link used to sit in, it's just kind of whatever is there. Because there's not much. There's like one thing every time. Hyrule, the Goron, the Zora Domain, Kokiri, Goma, Lanariyu, or whatever. Yeah, that one. That's the other Zora people that attack me a lot.
I didn't get to read it. Damn it.
God.
It is now winter again.
Yes, okay, so it isn't just a texture thing. It was an actual shift to the winter.
Holy crap.
And the Goron and I take turns being the strongest faction in the game. So I kind of started ignoring that message. I think this time I would have said me. Because the last time I'd have said Goron. I don't know why it keeps jumping back and forth between the two.
It takes some time to get to these places, man.
No, I mean like in terms of being the strongest faction.
Oh, I was talking about, you talked about the weather.
Oh, no. I know about the weather changes. They occur every 4 turns, or something like that. It might be different for this mod, but I think it's like every 4 turns the weather changes. Season changes.
Dark Knight.
What? Order of Wizrobe. The faction that scares me. Because they always pick the right time to attack me. Kazakk keep getting benefactors, which is funny to me. So I started just sending them to places where I know there's no general. Just to defend it.
Kazakk was a mouse.
Yeah. Zelda, I think, gets one once, and then hers dies. Or, like, says no. That way I didn't get them. It was weird.
Meanwhile, Link...
And then Link is just kind of sitting here. I'm waiting for the right moment to send him back, but there's no proper moment. If I send him now, I think everyone gets angry with me. I think I tested it a few times, but it's not present in this.
Why the hell will they get angry at Link for leaving?
Because
coming back, then leaving and going to the
they'll
house
get angry that there's no general. That's his code thing, not Link thing.
Oh, Link's a general.
Well, duh.
Meanwhile,
Is a general as well.
I'm just saying she's doing all right. Look at that. I mean, her face is creepy as hell. I will not lie to you.
After a certain point, I didn't think about this until just this moment. Now, A lot of my armies consist of town guards and recruits.